Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome to Temple B'nai Shalom. I'm Rabbi Eric Eisenkramer. This is Cantor Andrew Edison, and we're really happy that you're with us this morning to celebrate a joyous Simcha as Jordan plans to come to Bar Mitzvah. I want to tell you I'm very happy with my Mazel Tov Jordan mask. This is the new accessory for the coronavirus Bar Mitzvah, so well done. We are going to begin our service now. Jordan will put on the talit now for the first time as a bar mitzvah. It's a very special talit. It was his grandpa Alan's, and he will put it on now today. A very special day.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hatitech b'tziti.
Amen. And Jordan will be continuing to read now in the prayer book. He's on page 170. Our service continues now on page 107.
May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage, may be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me, and pass from me to generations I shall never know, enriched by the truth that I have found, and the good deeds I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me bring the Spirit into the world which I live. May I love God all above, and my neighbor as myself, and be living witness to the truth that never changes.
Our service continues now on page 172. Page 172 with Ma Tova. I'll be reading now on page 173. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, were one of them to fail, how well we are aware, we would lack the strength to sustain life before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, rofecho basar umafli lahatzot. Our service continues now with the Hatzi Kaddish prayer, page 194.
Yitgadol, Shemer Rabbah, Yom Emad Yifrach V'noteh, Yom Lifchach V'noteh, V'chayekol Yom Echad, V'chayekol Beit Yisrael, V'ishkar Koris V'yimeru, Amen. Yehech Shemer Rabbah V'yorach, V'yolano Le'al Ve'almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yitnaseh, V'yitador, V'yitalah, V'yitalah, Shemei Dekudishah, La'ela B'kol Yirvata, V'shirata, Tuzbichata, V'nefemata, Da'ira V'yalema, V'yimeru, Amen.
Please rise as we continue with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship, page 195.
Praise Adonai, praise His name. Praise Adonai, praise His name. Praise Adonai, praise His name. Now and forever.
Please be seated. Jordan will continue now on page 196.
The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes. More welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give in the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from its silence, welcome them. You who redeems the sun from darkness.
Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot. Our service continues on page 198 with the hot air in English. Our service continues now on page 200 with the Shema. Please rise as we offer the Shema together. You may be seated. Jordan will continue now chanting Ve'ahavta, page 201.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha, b'chol nafshecha, b'chol me'otecha. V'hayu havarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha Hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam, v'shivtecha b'vetecha, uvlechtecha v'aderech, u'shochbecha uvkumecha, u'kshartam liot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot beinenecha. Uktavtam al mezuzot betecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim le'elokechem ani Adonai Elokechem asher hotzeiti echem mi'eretz Mitzrayim להיות לכם אלוהים, אני Adonai Elohechem.
And Jordan will continue reading on page 201.
Love Adonai, your God, with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children, talk about them at work, Whether you're tired or rested, let them guide the works of your hand. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the door of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that I can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God.
Our service continues now on page 204 with Mi Chamocha. Jordan will continue now with the tefillah, beginning on page 205. Please rise. Jordan.
Adonai Sifratai Tiftach Ufia Kitirivatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanurah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'choneh hakol, v'zocher chasdei, avot v'imahot, u'mevii geula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר, מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, בעזרת סלע.
Jordan will continue reading on page 206.
Those of all beings return to you as did our people in the ancient days. They beheld you in the heavens, they felt you in their hearts. They saw you in their lives. Their quest is ours. Help us to see the wonders of being. Give us the courage to search for the truth. Teach us the path to a better life. So shall we, by our lives and our labors, being near the world we envision, one of justice, freedom, and peace.
We continue with the Givero prayer, page 207.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל, אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחוכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר עשירים, ומקיים הטוב, בשני עפר, מי כמוך בגבורות, ומתדונן לה. נהנית ומחיי ומצליח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל ברוח אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
Jordan will continue with the English reading on page 207, going into 208.
You are the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the door frame, I begin to enter your glory. You've moved me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold, that I might abide with you. In the house of the Eternal, I found my questions waiting to be posed. They fill me with wonder. Sit with me, Eternal Teacher, encouraging my seeking. As I fill my hours with your food, so I shall be filled. Send me through your door, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder, enriching myself in the gift.
Jordan will now open the ark as we continue with the Kedusha prayer.
Nikadesh et Chikhabalam, Kashem Chemat Shimo, Tobish Memara, Kakatuban Yad Neviyacha, Mikaros Elzebe Amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivot, Elohim, Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Adir, Shimto, Bechol Haaretz, Baruch Kevod Adonai, Mikol. Echadu Eloheinu, Avinu Malkeinu, V'moshienu ve'oyashvienu, v'rachamot le'ekochai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Tzion, Adonai, Hallelujah. Ladon Agid God Lecha, Ulenechach Nitzachi Kedushatcha Nakdish, V'shivcha Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh.
Please be seated. Our service continues now on page 211 with Yismechu, page 211.
Oleg Shabbat, Shabbat. Yes, Bethel, the mother for the father, Shabbat, Oleg Shabbat. Yes, Bethel, the mother for the father, Shabbat, Oleg Shabbat. Lemase Bereshit Shabbat. Lemase Bereshit Shabbat. The mother Votecha, Shabbat, Oleg Shabbat. Yes, the mother Votecha, Shabbat, Oleg Shabbat.
Jordan will continue now with the English reading on page 212.
On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend the others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest self and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us the patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faithful enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. At this time in our service, we will take a few moments of silent prayer and reflection. We will continue with our Torah service now. We turn to page 244 and Ein Kamocha, page 244.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, yeker masacha, malchutika malchut kol olamim, u'leshotecha b'chadon gadol, Adonai melech, Adonai Adonai Yimloch, L'olam Moed, Adonai Ozem Yitzem, Adonai Yivarech et Amo V'Shalom.
Please rise as we take the Torah from the Ark. We continue with Av HaRachamim.
Av HaRachamim, Eitiva v'Tzonecha v'Tzion, Tivrech Umat Yerushalayim, Tivrech Umat Yerushalayim.
We continue on page 246, Ki Mitzion.
Ki Mitzion Tetzei Torah, Ki Mitzion Tetzei Torah, U'devar Adonai Yerushalayim, Baruch Shenotan Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenotan Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'kedushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadol Adonai iti, Rama Shemo Yachdav, Lecha Adonai HaGedola, HaGedola, HaTiferet, HaNetzach, HaHad. B'chol hashamayim u'ba'aretz, b'chol hashamayim u'ba'aretz, lecha Adonai ha'avot yamitrasei b'chol erosh.
Please be seated. Now, Jordan will be chanting his Torah portion. This portion is Ki Tetzei from the book of Deuteronomy. It is the farewell speech of Moses, the entire book of Deuteronomy. And the Israelites are about to enter the promised land. And Moses gives them instruction and guidance for when they enter into Israel. This is a very wonderful Torah portion for the family because it was the same Torah portion for Jordan's cousin Lee and Uncle Jeff's brother Harvey. So we've had two people do this portion already, and now today it's Jordan's turn. So we're really looking forward to hearing him chanting from the Torah today. In this portion, there are 72 mitzvot, 72 of the commandments of Judaism. 72 is a lucky number because, how about some math here? 18 times what equals 72? 4. Very good. We are awake out there. Good job, everybody. So this teaches us that when we follow the mitzvot, we follow the commandments, our lives will be enriched. 18 means chai, it means life, and so the more the commandments we do, the better it will make our lives. So now, Jordan will take his place as bar mitzvah as he chants the Torah blessings, and the cantor calls him by his Hebrew name.
Yamod la Torah, Mordechai bin Yamin, ben Eliyahu Raphael, Mashe Shoshana, Habar Mitzvah.
Baruch Hu Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Bani Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Lo tir'eh et shor achicha, et seyo irachi, v'ki alamta mehem, hashev tshivim le'achicha, v'im lo charov achicha, elecha v'lo yedato, v'asafto el toch betecha, v'haya imcha. Ad rosh achicha oto, v'hashev oto lo. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu, baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. And now for the honor of the second Aliyah, it's my pleasure to call on Jordan's grandparents, Stephen and Ruth.
Yamdu la Torah, Sholem Menashe, ben Mordechai Ubela, Rivka bat ben Sion, Vitabu, Sheni.
Baruch et Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'chein ta'aseh l'chamoro, v'chein ta'aseh l'simato, v'chein ta'aseh l'chol avidat achicha, asher tovad mimenu umzata, lo tucha b'hitaleh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam noten v'chayenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. For the honor now of the third Aliyah, it's my pleasure to call on Jordan's grandmother Norma and Aunt Rachel.
Tamdu la Torah, Nechama Cyril bat Label, David Bechaya, Rivka Miriam, bat Isa, Eliezer ben Nachama Cyril, Shilishi.
Baruch hu Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamporach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamporach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Lo tir'eh echamor achicha, o shoro noflim b'teret, v'yit'alta mehem hakem takim imo. Lo yiyeh chelek gever al isha, v'lo yobash gever simla isha, ki tovad Adonai Elohecha kol oseh eleh.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nekah b'tefillah. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. All right, friends, now we're going to try the wonders of technology here. Our next few aliyahs are going to be on Zoom. So we're going to be hearing them chant the Torah blessings through the microphone. And excellent. So for the honor of the fourth aliyah, it's my pleasure to invite cousin Nancy, great aunt Beth, and great uncle Bill.
Ya'amdu la Torah. Ika Nachama bat Moshe Yisrael, Cyril Brendel, Bela Cyril bat Label David Bechaya, Zev ben Label David Bechaya, Rivi'i.
Right ahead on Zoom there.
Baruch Adonai Hamporach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamporach Le'olam Va'ed.
Great aunt Beth, go right ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Ki yikarei kan zipor lefanecha baderech v'chol etz o al haaretz efrochim o veitzim ve'arem rovetzet al haefrochim o al habeitzim lo tikach ha'im al habanim.
Okay, well, the blessing after, that's going to be great uncle Bill.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'nosan lanu et toraso. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
That was quite a feat of Zoom there. Great job, everybody. Well done. You can stay here. Stay here. We got more. So now for the honor of the fifth aliyah, I'd like to invite up great uncle Stephen and great aunt Beverly.
Ya'amdu la Torah. Shmuel Lev ben Zion v'Tabul Ubaracha Rachel bat Lev v'Zev Udavara Kamishi.
Baruch Adonai Hamporach.
Baruch Adonai Hamporach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamporach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Sheleach tishalach et ha'em v'yet habanim tikach lach למען ייטב לך ואהבת ימים. כי תבנה בית חדש ועשית מעקה לגגך ולא תשים דמים בביתך כי בו הנופל ממנו.
Let the blessing after. Go right ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam atah b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Now for the honor of the sixth Aliyah, I'd like to invite up great Uncle Jeffrey and great Aunt Robin on Zoom. Catherine will call your names.
Ya'amdu la Torah, Salman ben Yaakov, Bisara, Berivka Yaakova, bat Label, David, Vachaya, Shinshi.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bora banu mikol ha'amim, ve'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Lo tifrach karmecha ki'ayim pen tikdash. Hamleya hazera asher tizrach uvuat hakarem. Lo tacharosh b'shur v'chamor yakdav.
Let the blessing after.
Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Thank you. And now we are ready for the seventh Aliyah. And for that honor, I'd like to invite up Jordan's parents, Jason and Laura.
Ya'amdu la Torah, Eliyahu, Raphael ben Nechama, Cyril, the Isa Eleazar, Umashe Shoshana bat Rivka, Shalom, Menashe, Shvi'i.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Lo tubasha adnei stamer ufishtim yakdav. Gidilim ta'asef lach al arba. Kamfo kisutecha asher techasepa.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam atah b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. All right, friends, at this time I'll invite you to rise as we give honor to the Torah scroll. You may be seated. Our service continues now with the Haftarah portion. The Haftarah for this week is from the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 1. Even after the destruction of the temple that Isaiah recounts, God's love for God's people remains. Jordan will now offer the Haftarah blessing before and the Haftarah portion, the blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'rasa v'dibrei hanemarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah Moshe Avdo, Yisrael Amo, Uvinviei Ha'emet V'Sedek. Rani Achara Lo Yalada, Pitchi Rina V'Zahali L'Chala. Ki Rabbim b'nei Shomemai mipnei ve'ula Amar Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol ha'olamim tzadik b'chol hadarot ha'echad ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh hamdaber u'mkayem Shekol Devarav Emet V'Tzedek. Baruch atah Adonai Mechadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. I'll invite you all to rise now as we return the Torah scroll to the Ark. That may be found on page 256. We're going to continue with H. Chaim. Please rise as we return the Torah scroll.
It's
Please be seated. Now, Jordan will offer his Bar Torah, his speech today for his becoming Bar.
My Torah portion is about some of the laws that the Israelites had to follow when they got to the Promised Land. For example, if you find something that isn't yours, you should try to find the owner and give it back. Another rule is that if you find a fallen animal on the side of the road, you should pick it up to help save the animal and help the person in need. A rule that they also had was if you find a fallen bird's nest with a mother and the eggs inside, you should only take the eggs. This is so that the mother bird has a chance to lay more eggs and reproduce. I think all these laws in the Torah exist to keep things in order and help us to do the right thing. My Torah portion made me think about helping others. In this portion, we are told to lift up and raise an animal that may have fallen. But in life, we can also raise up and help other people. The main job of parents is to raise their children. My parents have and still help me with so much of my life. For example, they get me where I need to go, they help me with my schoolwork and projects, they teach me how to do so many different things, and probably most importantly, they teach me valuable life lessons that help make me a better person. For example, my parents give me a lot of advice. I don't always listen to their advice. Then the bad thing happens that they told me was going to. So I learned my lesson, but I don't tell them they were actually correct, because come on now. My parents do this because they love me. At least, I'm pretty sure they do. Helping others and raising them up also happens in sports. I play baseball, basketball, and football. In baseball, I'm the catcher. I have to help the pitcher by telling what pitch to throw, help the infielders know what base people are on and if they're stealing, and I help the outfielders by telling them what batter is up and where the ball is going. I'm a part of a team, and I do all these things to help my teammates and contribute to winning the game. We also help each other by encouraging each other, like when someone's up to bat or if they're making a play in the field. In Judaism, it's a mitzvah to help other people and raise them up. We are taught to care for people who are vulnerable. For example, the widow, the orphan, and the stranger. We are taught to give tzedakah, charity, to help those in need. Many of the mitzvot, commandments in the Torah, teach us the importance of helping others. Today I become a bar mitzvah, a Jewish man. Now it is my job to help those in need as well. I would like to thank Rabbi, Cantor, and Mrs. Reitman for helping me prepare for my bar mitzvah. I would also like to thank my 3 amazing grandparents. I always love to see my mom, and I have so many special memories being at her house. And I always stay longer than I expected. I'd like to thank my Bubby and Zeta for taking us on adventures and taking good care of us. Bubby's my go-to whenever I need a new pair of really expensive sneakers. On this special day, I'm also remembering those who could not be with us here, but they are here in spirit. I'm thinking of my great Bubby, who has passed away recently, and I will always remember our great conversations and how supportive she was. I'm also thinking of my Uncle John, who was such a fun uncle. He always had a joke, and we always had a great time together. Thinking of my pop, he passed away when I was just a year old. I'm told I was his Buddha baby. I know how much he loved me. I would like to thank my younger brother Andrew for always giving me something to do, whether that's arguing with you or just hanging out and playing games. And finally, but last but not least, I would like to thank my parents, who are always so supportive in everything I do. They're always there to help do whatever I need, and they always give great advice. Also, there are so many more people that help me, including the rest of my family, my friends, and everyone else who is involved with my life. So great thanks to you, all of you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Jordan, I want to wish you a mazel tov on becoming a bar mitzvah today. You really did a great job. Jordan has a great, call it beam of presence, a stage presence. You know, you were so calm and collected up here. You have a really nice voice. You chanted your Torah portion beautifully, and your Haftarah, you led your service. We're all so proud of you for becoming a bar mitzvah today. Mazel tov and congratulations. Mazel tov. Now, Jordan, you are a smart, kind, and funny young man. You are mature, and you can act older than your age. You make good decisions. You watch out for others, and you have a good sense of humor. Always a good thing. Now, Jordan, today is a very important day in your life as you become a bar mitzvah. And today is about the past, the present, and the future. So let's start with the past. Jordan, as a bar mitzvah, you follow in the footsteps of your Jewish ancestors like Abraham and Moses. And you follow in the footsteps of your family, all of your grandparents and your parents and all of your family who's here with us today. And your family, Jordan, also has a strong connection to the temple that you're standing in right now, Temple B'nai Shalom. Rabbi Milgram and Cantor Edison, who's standing right over there. Cantor Edison was the cantor for your dad's bar mitzvah, who was here how many years ago? 35 years ago. He was standing right here doing what you're doing today with the same cantor. He still sounds just as good as he did 35 years ago. Pretty amazing. And Rabbi Milgram, of course, was with you. Your Aunt Rachel's bar mitzvah took place right here. And Rabbi Milgram and Cantor Edison officiated at the wedding of your parents, Jason and Lauren. So today, Jordan, you are the newest link in the chain of your family, and we are so happy that you have become bar mitzvah on this bima. Jordan, your grandfather, Alan, of blessed memory, was also a past president of our temple, and he worked hard to sustain our synagogue. Now, Jordan, your bar mitzvah is not only about the past and your family history, it's also about the present. Due to the pandemic, we had to make a lot of changes to your bar mitzvah today. from social distancing to wearing masks to being on YouTube. But I have to tell you, this was impressive. The Shalom-Jordan masks, this is going to be the new pandemic bar mitzvah accessory these days. It's very good. But I want to tell you, Jordan, how proud I am of you and your family for making sure that you became a bar mitzvah today. Even during this difficult time, the rituals of Judaism continue. We celebrate Shabbat. We chant in the Torah. We celebrate bar and bat mitzvah services. In Judaism, we say l'dor v'dor, from generation to generation. The Jewish traditions continue, and today they continue with you. And Jordan, so let's talk a little bit about the future. Today, we look ahead to your future and the type of person that you are becoming. You did a tremendous job as a bar mitzvah, taking your place as a Jewish adult. And I know that with the support of your family and your temple and your own maturity and kindness, you will continue to grow up to be a mensch, a good person. We're all very proud of you. Mazel tov. Congratulations. And now, Cantor will sing the anthem to Jordan, Tefillah Haderech, in honor of Jordan becoming bar mitzvah.
May you be blessed as you go on your way. May you be guided in peace. May you be blessed with health and joy. This be your blessing. Amen. Amen. May this be your blessing. Amen. Amen. May this be your blessing. Amen. May you be sheltered by the wings of peace. May you be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to your soul. May this be your blessing. Amen. Amen. May this be your blessing. Amen. 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 May this be your blessing. Amen.
Thank you, Cantor. Now, Jordan, if you want to come on back up, I have something for you. Right on over. In honor of you becoming a bar mitzvah, it's now my pleasure to present you with your bar mitzvah certificate, which says that Jordan Ryan Plans was called to the Torah as bar mitzvah, August 29th, 2020, the 9th of Elul, 5780, here at Temple B'nai Shalom in East Brunswick, New Jersey. And we also have for you two gifts from the congregation. We have a Kiddush cup for you to use for Shabbat, and we have a Tanakh, a Hebrew Bible, for you to continue your study. So, mazel tov, congratulations. And now I'd like to invite up cousin Jacob, and Andrew is already up here. You two are going to open the ark. If you'll come right up, please rise. God bless you. Our service continues now with the Aleinu prayer, page 282.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'tegidu l'yaseh b'reshit, shelo asanu gigayeh haratzot, velo asomanu k'mishpechot ha'adamah. Shelo samkakenu kamem, v'gol aleinu kifal ha'adonam. V'anachnu koreim, u'mishtachvim u'modim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Please be seated.
Shalom Shamayim v'yoser haaretz, u'moshev yikavu b'shamayim v'ma'am, u'shkinatu zov, v'gaveh v'elomim. Kol Eloheinu Eilat, Emet Malkeinu, Efes Ulato, HaKatov, V'tov Latov, V'yadat Hayom, V'achnikota, Elevadecha. Ki Adonai, Hu Elohim, Bashamayim Mimah, Yoretz, Mitzvah, Einot,
We turn now to page 294 in the prayer book. As we prepare to recite the Kaddish prayer, We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. It is our custom in Reformed congregations to rise for the Kaddish prayer. I will invite you to do so if you would like. We join together in reciting Kaddish, page 294. Yitkadam v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yaman divrach hiruteh v'yamich malchuteh. V'chayei chon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'galah u'bizman kariv nimru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'amei amaya. Yitvarach v'yishtabach v'yitfa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitala shmei v'kudisha v'yitfu. Le'ela mikol v'yirchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran v'yama v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba mi shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'imramav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Thank you very much, Cantor and Kevin, for our beautiful music this morning. We are going to conclude our service now. I'd like to invite the four of you to come right up. You can leave your books. Each of you take a Kiddush cup. We're going to conclude our service of Bar Mitzvah with the Kiddush and Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and Mazel Tov. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe and healthy.